What's up, everybody? My name is Chuck. I walk by faith and not by sight. And I just had this Bible verse jump into my head. Just out of the blue. Suddenly it just came into my head. Now, it's a really weird thing to have Bible verses jump into this head. Because I used to be a criminal. And I stopped doing all them bad and disgusting things when I found the Lord in 2018 at the end of a shotgun that went off in my face. And as you can see, thanks to the special effects of TikTok, I look pretty decent considering all. But no, that's through no power of my own was I saved. And so this Bible verse that jumped in my head was I had to actually look it up because I'm new to the word really. I've been reading the book every day pretty much for the past 6 years, but I'm still very new to the word. And my memory isn't all that it used to be due to the fact that I was such a horrible drug addict. I probably ruined half my brain. God knows where I'd be if I didn't use drugs. But that's not the case. That's not part of my journey. So this Bible verse that jumped into my head though was, trust in the Lord with all your heart. So I looked it up, and that's Proverbs 3:5, right? But what does that mean? To trust in the Lord with all your heart. Have you ever done that? Have you ever put all your trust in the Lord with every bit of your fiber and being? I know I have just recently. And I had to, because I was facing such an extreme and stressful and worrisome dilemma in my life. You know, my son he's been abducted by a drug dealer. And that was my ex-wife. Yeah, he's in San Diego. And he was taken from a really good home, and now I don't know where he is. And I got friends in the church, and they're losing family members left and right to fentanyl. So I had to give it all up. I had to give up all that stress and worry, and I'm powerless. I'm completely powerless to it, just like I was powerless to my addiction. So I had to give it up. Give it up to the Lord. Trust in Him with all of my heart. That His ways are the right ways. But have you ever trusted in the Lord with all your heart? You didn't know the Lord? I'm here to testify. A shotgun went off in my face, and I'm here to talk about the one who saved my life. Because Jesus is the truth, the way, and the life. And He talks about us being lights to the world. That we need to be a light to the world. He says, a city that is built on a hill cannot be hidden. There's power in that. Because if you're in a city up on a hill, and you got a light lit, everybody's gonna see it. He says that we should let our light shine before men, that they may see our good deeds and glorify our Father in heaven. Do I sound like a preacher because I'm an ex-con? This is real. Have you ever tried to trust in the Lord with all your heart? He also says, call upon His name and you shall be saved. I didn't get that far. I was saved before calling His name. Imagine what power there is calling out the name of Christ. I've heard the stories where people have literally died and gone to hell, or being dragged down a hallway and called out to Jesus, and He appeared. I heard of stories of a cop who was shot by a child molester. He called out to Jesus, and He appeared. Blessed both the men and the woman, the shooter and the one who was shot. I heard the other day a story about a woman who was kidnapped by a serial rapist, and she fit the profile of exactly the type of women that he had hunted and killed in the past. And she had so much faith in the Lord. You know what happened? She exorcised the demon out of that gentleman, brought him to the Lord, and let him go on his way. Granted, he did get arrested, but he wasn't arrested and placed into a prison. He was freed and placed into a prison, because he had been in prison all his life due to situations and stuff in the past that made him and formed him. There was nobody there to tell him about worst of the worst, but I was right up there. Now today, I spend my time being of service to people. I spend my time trying to make people happy. I spend my time trying to bring the word and the good news to people. Not in the church normal sort of way. To tell you the truth, I don't mix in very well at the churches. You know who else didn't mix in very well at the churches? Jesus. He was always running them out of them. He was flipping their tables, upset about the money involved. It's not to say all churches are bad or anything like that. I find a lot of love at the churches. The one thing I know that I can find when I go to a church is another believer. And that's an awesome thing. Anyway, if you have time, maybe you could pray for all the people in California that are suffering from the fires. I don't know if you've seen it on the news, but there are entire neighborhoods that have been destroyed. So maybe pray to them. Pray to your God. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. Have a blessed day.